Hello, and welcome to Mean Street News. Mean Street News is here to provide accurate news to help citizens effect change in their local government and beyond. Being nice is overrated. It is time to be real. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. The time to step up and step in is now. So please come join me, Katie, over on Mean Street News to discuss Ohio politics and beyond. I hope to see you there. Hello, we are back. We had to take a quick break. My hair's crazy here. We had to take a quick break and get our shit together. Shut up. So thank you for joining us back on Mean Street News. So that was the deposition. Me and Chris just read on the previous live. We read the
first episode.
The first interview with Vansant, Kenny Lieux, and the special prosecutor O'Brien.
And Burge.
No, they were talking about Burge. Jennifer Battistelli, after that interview, went on a trip to Montana with JD, and tomorrow morning I'll be reading you guys that little thing just so you guys can know. But she went to Montana with JD, ended up leaving in the middle of the night. I think the second day in, she just kind of dipped on him the next morning or the morning 2 days after or something, and got on a flight, didn't tell him where she was going. He was blowing up her phone and all that stuff, nonsense. So then she comes back, says it was the worst 48 hours of her life. So it's 2 days that she was there. Remember, I read you this.
Don't give everything away.
I'm not going to give it all away. I'm going to read this tomorrow just because we have to read it before we go over the timeline, and you guys aren't going to understand the timeline. And that's just kind of what it is. Now, I think this next interview or statement or whatever is better than the last one, because it proves to me that Vansant and Kenny Lieux and the Auditor's Office is watching our episodes. And I absolutely love it when they're watching our episodes, because Vansant goes into this interview on September 7th, 2024 with Captain Vansant, the Auditor's Office, Mr. Kevin Monley, and attorney Kenny Lieux for Jennifer Battistelli, even though I think he's working for Vansant more than he is for Jennifer. So we're going to get right into this, and I bring up the fact that they're watching because he goes into how he's not in love with her or whatever. So let's start here.
Mr. Vansant. All right.
Hold on. Let's just follow up. Okay, so the reason, I'm just going to read this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason for this, again, is for some follow-up questions that I had from our first interview that we had in July of 25th of 2024, which you were here with myself and Attorney O'Brien and Attorney Lieux. We were all here. Well, I guess that I want to ask, there has been some things that at least that I am aware of, 3 different occasions that I can count. I don't know, you may have more, that Jim Burge or J.D. Thompson had tried to get you to say false things and retract your statement that you already put out. There is one thing that I noticed, that there's handwritten statement. I don't think that we addressed this last time, that we have received subsequent to an attorney. I am sorry, a subpoena that the state auditor's office sent out, and it's handwritten statement here, and I'm going to show it to you, and if you want to come over here, or I can bring it to you. It's handwritten. It says, to Jim Burge from Jen Battistelli, and we did touch on it a little bit, but have you seen that before, that statement before? And then I'm going to start with Jen. Yes, when I worked there. And then you're Vansant.
Okay. In that statement, are the things in there true?
I don't remember what it says. Let me read it.
Yes.
Yes, those are his words. It's true, but shifted around a little bit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Did you write it, or did he write it?
No, so he didn't write it.
No, so he wanted me.
No, so he wanted me, he doesn't type. So he wanted me to type this up and sign it and give it back to him. And I said no.
Mr. Lieux, whose handwriting is that?
His.
Mr. Lieux. Jim Burge.
Yes.
So Jim Burge handwrote it and wanted you to type it up, and you said no. Can you tell me why you said no?
Because the words were kind of twisted. So maybe it was discrimination. Maybe it was, I don't know, what was the word that you like to use instead of discrimination? She felt left out instead
Okay.
of the group.
Okay.
So it's partly true, but it's worded. Am I saying that right?
Mr. Lieu, you were willing to sign it the way it was written.
No, because I felt like she was being discriminated against.
Mr. Lieu, so you did not agree with it?
Right. So he's saying that, but differently.
Mr. Vansant. Okay. Mr. Lieu, was it ever typed up?
No.
Mr. Lieu, okay. Jen, inaudible. Mr. Vansant, that makes sense then, yeah?
We don't know what she said, so
Yeah.
Mr. Monley, which is the state auditor, Ohio State Auditor's Office. When you did not agree to sign it, did he say anything? Jen, yeah, he said that he would give it to me to read it. How do you want?
Mr. Vansant, so he said that you could rewrite it as to however you want it, but you did let him at least express to him.
No, how he wanted it. He would rewrite it again until I am satisfied.
Okay.
But no, we never even got back to this.
Okay. Did he ever try to stay on you to adopt that narrative or some sort of narrative related to that?
No.
Okay. We have an affidavit. It was signed. It was unsigned. And we believe, I am trying to find it here somewhere, and he has pretty much thrown your attorney Moran under the bus, saying that statements in there are untrue, and that Moran had to fill out a blank document and sign it.
That never happened.
That never happened.
No.
So the document that Moran wanted you to sign, that being one, the EEOC complaint, and then two, the actual complaint with regard to the settlement, you read through that completely with Mr. Moran or Attorney Moran.
We did it together.
Okay, and it wasn't a blank document that you signed?
No.
Okay. We talked last time, J.D. Tomlinson, kind of stated on you forever, Jen, you signed things without reading them, and Jen, you signed?
It happened at work.
What the He's retarded.
Just the prosecutor's office. Yeah.
It happened at work, but with regard to any settlement agreement and the EEOF or EEOC complaint, that is completely false. That is a narrative that he wanted you to adopt?
But during several arguments, we go back to, well, so you sign blank documents. Do you sign blank documents? Yes or no? And then I would say yes. So he was like, you sign blank documents. And I said, well, I have, but what does that have to do with the case? What does that have to do with that? I am just saying, he said that you signed blank documents. Just admit that, I said. All I am saying, so, okay, yeah, I signed blank documents, and actually it only happened twice, but...
Well, but on the first one, she said she's only done it once, remember?
Yeah.
But now she's done it twice.
Oh, when was at the carpet? She's not to say that.
Okay. In the office you signed?
Well, at the car place, I had to see how many miles that he got on his car. I signed it, so that is the only thing. I went back to Ford.
I don't think that anybody reads that stuff.
And one time with my secretary.
Okay, but again, with the EEOC complaint and the settlement agreement, you went through it with Attorney Moran, and he explained everything to you, and he discussed it with you. I am sure that you read it before you signed it. Is that correct and accurate?
Yes.
Sorry, maybe not. Okay. Have you ever been approached by Birds or Tomlinson to try to adopt or at least sign false affidavits or narratives that they put out to make it look like they wanted you to retract things, and people coming after you without your knowledge? Did they ever ask you to do those types of affidavits?
All right, I'm gonna pause real quick. Now, when they're asking this whole time about these affidavits that Burge and Tomlinson are like urging her to say, the settlement's done. She already got the settlement's over. She no longer works at the prosecutor's office. All of these things that they're bringing up is after she worked at the prosecutor's office, and that's irrelevant. She's a private citizen at this point. But and even if they said, Jen, hey, you lied, would you be willing to go back on your lies? That's not harassment or intimidation or anything. It's a nothing burger. You mean after?
Well, for instance, they're trying to adopt this narrative, and there has been several
Initials. Sorry, my thumb was right there.
Initials started off with Tony Sillo was only doing things to go after JD, and they took it up to the office of the prosecutor, and they may be wanting you to sign something like that, but not coming after you physically or at least legally. But they wanted you to adopt a false narrative about this whole investigation. Has that happened before?
Yeah.
How many times did you say?
Several.
More than 2?
Yeah.
More than 3?
Yes, all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And have they sent you emails or at least statements that they wanted you to sign that were completely false?
Uh-huh.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
And how many times have you done that?
I mean, there's several like stories.
Let's go. They wanted her to sign completely false statements that she's saying is false.
But there's text messages that say, I trust the judge's penmanship and I trust everything the judge says. And then they have her on recording. Then they have recordings of her too admitting like.
And then they got her.
They're
asking her if she's looking over things. Oh no, maybe once. No, maybe twice. I've signed. Several things I'm signing. Give that woman a stamp. Boom. She's signing. You get a signature. You sign.
Come on, I'm recording. You gotta be a little low.
Sorry. Everybody's getting a signature with that woman.
Oh my God. Mr. Miley, who's with the State Auditor's Office. They, JD, and Burge, Jennifer. Separate. They were always together. Mr. Miley. So the emails were always together.
Mr. Vansant, are these telephone calls and emails or just emails that they send you?
Well, I think when we were talking, he wants me to like believe that Ken. Oh, this is great. I have to pay attention to this one. Well, I think when we were talking, he wants me like believe that Ken, the sheriffs, everybody's like against him. So they are against me. Like they are not like using me to get to him because.
All right.
Or you guys.
Mr. Molly, I understand. Mr. Lieux, I think Jen, you identified before January, February, March, April, and they wanted you to sign an affidavit. And that was prepared by Burge or Wickens, Hertz, Herzer, and Panza. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Mr. Lieux, is that one of the things that they wanted you to sign and you felt it was false and you did not want to sign it?
Yes.
But she signed it anyways because she's giving them out. Mr. Lieux, and I think that
you
identified another one in August 5th. They sent you another narrative that included me, Sheriff Stamiti, and false things in there. And that, is that what you recall?
Yes.
Mr. Vansant, was there others?
They have all changed. It wasn't the same. It's not the same narrative. They changed to different people. And
how often?
First it was Jack, and now he's done with Jack, and now he's blaming Ken. So it's also not right. Other people.
Okay. I have a document here, and it's hard to read, but it's pretty blurry. It says to Jen Battistelli from Jim Burge, Chief of Staff, public records requests, and subpoenas. Jen, the way that you present Attorney Moran's EEOC charge from being given to Attorney John Rosenbaum, Rosenbaum, and published for the world in the newspaper is by telling the truth that the allegations stated in the sexual harassment charges are false.
Both JD and I are planning that the text and goes on and on. What?
Are you familiar with what that is? I can show it to you. It's very hard to read.
Because what JD says is that EOC charge is incorrect because they are trying to make it seem like I was like a whore, basically sleeping with him for a job.
Right.
So
sorry. I'm supposed to say it like that. My bad. It's saying it. Yeah, right. Okay.
So
Sorry.
if Jen, they put it out, then Jen, you are going to look bad.
Okay.
And he said that you don't want that. You don't want the world to know that to be you.
Okay. Inoperable. Did you go along with that at all?
No. And then he like...
Mr. Lieux, do you recognize that which you are holding?
Yes.
Mr. Lieux, what are they? The first thing in your left hand.
It's from Jim. It's from Judge Birch.
Mr. Lieux, do you recall?
That is something that he wanted us to sign.
Mr. Lieux, I think that you gave us a copy of that email.
Yes.
Mr. Vansant. And you never met with him to sign those documents? Did you?
So then JD said, no, it's not sexual misconduct because we had sex afterwards. So Jen, you cannot claim that you were sexually harassed if we had sex afterwards because you will get in trouble. And I'm like, well, it happened and then we did. I cannot take it back.
Right. Okay. And to be clear, when you went out and sought assistance from Attorney Moran, it's a total package of EEOC claims as well as a settlement agreement for what you were entitled to for working in the prosecutor's office. Is that correct?
I don't know that answer. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, what I am saying, here comes the leading question. Well, what I'm saying is that it is a total package. You did not just seek out Mr. Moran for an EOC complaint. He was also handling your EOC complaint plus handling the settlement agreement with the prosecutor's office. Is that right?
I did not know that EEOC complaint was with Mr. Moran.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell them what happened at work and to get the rest of my money for the rest of that year and the next year that I was on with JD.
So then you brought up filing so then who brought up filing or at least using a EOC complaint?
Jack, he was like, this is the process, okay?
And you were okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand, Mr. Lieux. He's the lawyer and in his area of expertise.
Yeah, I don't know what is the former.
Mr. Vansant, I understand what
Sorry, format. I said the wrong thing. Mr. Lieux, understand why the cause of action inaudible. Jen, okay.
Mr. Lieux, am I right? You relied on him?
Right.
Mr. Lieux, how to present your claim and how to receive your damages. Is that what you were saying?
Correct.
Okay, Mr. Vansant. There was an op-ed.
Op-ed.
Op-ed?
Op-ed.
What's that?
They say it's dashed. Op-ed.
Oh, there was an op-ed that they put out. Were you aware of an op-ed was going out? I believe that I seen text messages from JD that told you that they were going to put this statement out. Mr. Lieux, that was May 8th. That was the May 8th one.
we got into a huge fight about it.
Mr. Vansant, I have it. I have so much. It's ridiculous. So, op-ed was the May 8th one. And you said that you guys got into a huge fight about it. How do you learn about it? Or how did you learn about it? How do you learn about it? I should say, how did you learn about it? How do you learn about it? Was it JD informing you that they were going to put this out?
Yeah, he has a disclaimer and he was going to put something in the paper. And I said, well, leave me out of it.
Okay.
He doesn't.
And did JD or Burge ask you to do anything with the op-ed, like to agree with it or kind of stand by it and adopt it and say it was a statement from the both of you guys?
Yeah, he was like, Jen, all you got to do, I am not going to ask you for another thing. Just put this response in. And I was like, hell no.
So you told him no, you did not want to do that.
No. Wait, so you told him no, you don't want to do that. No. So she's...
Yeah, she told him that she would say
Well,
yeah.
no, she said no. She said no.
But no, she did not tell him.
So wait, so you told him no. You did not want to do that. No. So I mean, she didn't tell him that she didn't want to do it. Okay. That confused me.
Did he continue to be relentless about it once he knew to adopt it?
Oh, yeah.
How many calls and text messages would you say that you guys had about it when he just kept on and on you and kept on and on you about adopting it?
Tons.
Okay. Was it starting to bother you emotionally and physically?
Yeah, I told him in text messages that he has ruined my life. I told everyone that we were together.
Yeah, and when you kept saying no, what would happen? Would he get angrier, just more persistent, or would he just get angry and drop it and all of it? I mean...
JD won't let something go until I say fine, whatever it is that he wants, until he thinks that I am like when I was upset about something. Mr. Monolith from the auditor's office is inaudible. Jen says, I don't recall that, which I do have a request in for the actual recordings, by the way.
There's another narrative that they wanted you to adopt, and it was dated August 5th, and it's in email format that was sent to you from
Maureen Martinson.
On August 5th. Was there any conversation over the phone?
Here's the email.
Over the phone between you and Mo about this, or was it just an email that was just sent to you? Why did he call her Mo?
No.
That's a nickname.
Like he must know
like
Maureen.
He knows her.
He knows the judges.
Why wouldn't he say Judge Maureen or whatever the name is?
No.
Is it Mo?
No, it's Maureen G. Martin.
So why would he say he knows?
Is there a pen over here?
No.
I'm going to make note of that. Just remember that for me later.
Here, I'll just fold that page.
Yeah, fold that corner. So I don't. That's interesting. You picked up on that. Yeah, why would he say Mo?
Mo.
I laughed. This is a soap opera. Who are you guys? We're just citizens of Lorain County.
Someone said this, I laughed.
Yeah, look, you're here. Hold on, I can put it up on the screen. Watch.
Who are you guys?
He said, I laughed. It's a soap opera. Who are you guys? We're just Mean Street News. No.
Excuse me.
Mean Street was talking about prosecutor in the sheriff's office that's trying to entrap the prosecutor in crazy bitchness. That's what I call it. Oh, our internet's going. This hates me sometimes. Look at it. You can see right here.
Why is our internet going?
Because it hates me, and the internet guy lied to you when he came over the last week. We gotta get you look how happy you are. Look how happy he is. He is so happy about calling the internet people to harass them. I'm not getting a dose of megabytes.
Give me what I'm paying for. You're going to credit my account.
Oh my God. Where were we?
We're up here.
Oh, this is where he's about to say I'm not in love with
We
you.
noticed that he called
Mo. Okay.
Judge Mo.
So that was just the judge. I never talked to Maureen.
So you have a conversation with Burge about it on the phone?
Uh-huh.
Did he call you or you called him?
I'm not sure how the conversation started, but I think I was on the phone with JD and he was in the car.
What was discussed about it before it was discussed with you?
Jen, we are just going to say this last thing. I think that if we can just get this out, no one will see the EEOC thing. You won't look bad. And kind of seeing like they were trying to protect me so I would not get out.
Sure. And this is, this is the one that says, this is a statement of Jen Battistelli. This one, they kind of refer to going to the sheriff's committee and Kenny Lieux or Luke's
Are inaudible.
To get at you, to get to JD and Burge, and that you had no idea a lot of the things that Kenny Luke's was doing. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
And even made mention that Kenny Luke's gave the
Luke. Let's stop calling him Luke's. It's Lieux. The extra
share your phone.
Wait, what?
It said, and even made mention that Kenny Lieux
gave the sheriff
your phone.
Well, GD said that. Turn that thing off for a second. Therefore, the recording device was paused. Dun dun dun.
Attorney-client privilege kicked in there. Gotta love that. That's what you pay for. Hold on, I'm gonna say something stupid.
Turn that off real quick.
Time out. Hold on. Can't do that in court. They know they can't do that in court, right? Because like you can't say.
Judge, hold on. We gotta get our story straight real quick. You good?
All right.
All right.
Wait. We're so stupid.
I fucking love you. Oh my god. All right, so we get back on. Recording starts again.
Okay, so again in the statement, they were alluding to that. You know, we had the sheriff's office had your phone, and that we were all trading videos and all sending videos out. You know that not to be true.
I know some of the videos were out, yeah.
Okay.
And so does he. So I don't know why he would have said that.
Well.
Wait, is she saying like she knew that the sheriff's people were trading some of her videos?
Yeah, she knew that some of the videos were out, yeah. So he basically asked her a bunch of incriminating shit. Let's just keep going on.
Lorain County Sheriff's Office is corrupt as well.
Well, it's just another narrative for them to put out. So I am correct here. JD and Jim Burge were in the car together, and that is when they started discussing the August 5th statement and telling you how they were going to go about doing this. And again, another false narrative. And this warranted you to adopt and correct?
Uh-huh.
And did you agree to it?
No.
Mr. Lieux. Did you read it when they sent it? When Mo sent it to you?
He doesn't say Mo.
I know, Murphy.
You can't yell in the mic.
Maureen.
You have to, just because it hurts people's ears.
Maybe.
They'll be in there seeing the like, oh.
Maybe you should listen to it in the morning then. So they can wake up.
I read it. You know, she got defensive, like I read it.
From the prosecutor's office?
Uh-huh.
Mr. Lieux, when you read it, was it true?
No.
Actually, this is why you did not sign it. What happened when you refused to sign it?
We got into a fight, yeah, about the email.
Okay, and you say fight and then verbal argument between you and JD?
Yeah.
And was Jim Burge still in the car at the time, or was this after the fact?
Yeah, it had not been.
So this went on for days after you received it from Lorain County Prosecutor's email?
Yes,
And that was sent to your personal email?
correct.
Mr. Lieux, did this statement, the August 5th statement, did that come up in Montana?
That is what we thought about.
Mr. Vansant, what transpired there when you guys talked about it? Was he upset about it? I am sure that you were upset about it because the whole thing was completely false. But what was your upset? Dude, this guy.
Oh
And
my God.
he's a captain.
Captain. What the fuck, right?
Just tell him to shut up and sit down.
We're telling him to quit. Just say like you're done.
he's gonna-
You're done. You no.
Which was completely false.
Like how the fuck does he know?
You know that.
How did you know she was on the treadmill? Like
I mean, that's even like a biased statement.
creeper.
Like even
creeper,
all of
be
his
cat-
questions are biased questions.
They
Like,
are.
They're
Well, he
basically.
shouldn't even be questioning her. He tried to sleep with her.
And he
Remember the
doesn't-
text messages?
And he's mad at JD. So
Yeah.
so there's personal vendetta here,
Yeah.
which wouldn't allow him to be
Here, I want to show you
clear-headed.
this. I don't think you remember this real quick. We're taking a quick pause. I'm not
It
reading.
wouldn't allow him to be clear-headed and to do his job correctly, which is what my tax dollars do.
Text messages right here. Put your hand there. It's on this page. Okay. Do you remember these? Oh, I got to show you guys this. Here's the Van text messages. So this guy that's questioning her, the officer that's questioning her, if you're new here, I want to show you this. Van Zant. I'm just going to pull these out real quick to show them. So months before this is September, right? So 9 months before this in January, Van Zant is texting Jennifer Battistelli. Bobby Van Zant. See? You want me to read it real quick? I'm going to read the best ones. In Amherst, across the street from Barra at 5 Points. I'm there at 4:30 every morning. Jen, I live kind of down the street from there. I've never heard of it. Send me info. Van Zant, I'm just saying I would not mind kissing all over that. Like smiley face with the tongue out. Sorry, can't help it. And then she says, I'm on Apple Orchard, very close, share with me, happy over. But the
You
two
gotta say who that is. That's Van Zandt
this is
saying
probably
that.
Van Zant. Okay.
The white is Van Zandt, the black is Jen.
Yeah, but I've read this before on here, so I'm not going to read it again. The two really important ones here are this one, January 11th. Right here. Now, what it says is, girl, JD sold you out in the paper. When are you going to set him start, which I mean, you think you mean straight, and get back at him for how he's doing you? It's not right at all, just saying. And then on January 17th, okay. This is mirrored, so you guys should be able to read it. Would you be willing to meet with me and a guy from the FBI? They have some questions about JD and your settlement. It will not hurt anything you have in any way. You will be able to obtain whistleblower status. Think about it, please. There's a lot he has done, is continuing to do that is wrong. Not only to you, but others. And then Friday, which I don't know if it's Friday after that January message or Friday the week before she gave him this text. He says, yeah, I had a couple weeks ago. I'm fine. Did you have time to talk about talking to me about some things? I certainly don't want to put you in any harm's way, but I believe that I can help you, and in turn, you could help a few more. This is the cop that's questioning Jennifer Battistelli. That's why this matters. And he elicited nudes from her. Down for sexy pics. Somebody tell his wife. Anyways.
Somebody definitely.
Don't tell Betsy. So this is the cop questioning her. This is why actually it's a really good time that we came to this, because the next message is it this one? The one, I'm in love with you. He brings up Dave again.
Just read it.
Let's just read it.
It'll come to you.
It'll come here. He's about to be like, I'm not in love with you.
Just want to see your sex.
All right, where were we at?
Mr. Vansant. Is that what the fight was about? What transpired there when you guys talked about it? Was he upset about it? No. Oh, completely false. Blah blah blah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, so we ended, but what was he more upset about? Well, when I first got there, he was just kind of like everything was just fine until we got to dinner, and then the text messages come up between you and I. The ones I just showed you. Okay? And I said that I don't have them. So then it was like, why are you protecting them? And I said, I'm not protecting anyone. I have no skin in the game. It has nothing to do with me. And he was like, I don't understand why you just won't help me. And I'm like, I said, JD, you have like all of these different stories going on. And I said that I don't know how, like,
yeah.
So he's like, he just doesn't understand why I won't go along with his.
Do you also feel pressured that you have to go along with his narrative?
Well, at the time, he made me feel like we were in it together, basically. Like he loved me and he wants to be with me.
Do you believe those things as nonsense, or do you believe it's just a way to...
No.
Well, no. Probably not escape from Montana in the middle of the morning. No, I am just saying, do you think that he's just saying those things as a play or a move?
Play. Yes.
Just to
It looks
protect
like
him?
an A. I know that now, yes.
Mr. Lieux. So in Montana, he brought up this August 5th statement, and he continued to want you to adopt it.
Yeah. He pulled it out and read it out loud. Like, it's not that, Jen, this is true. This is all true in here.
And to your understanding, what was the purpose for him wanting you to adopt these statements and say that they were true? What do you think that the purposes would be?
So that the EEOC charge won't make me look like a bad person.
Okay.
Mr. Monley, which is State Auditor's Office guy.
Sorry.
You said that he read it out loud. He actually had it with him. Jen, it's in his phone.
It's probably... Oh, okay.
Vansant cuts him off.
I have received some text messages that you shared. You allowed Attorney Lieux to share with us. And in some of the text messages, there is places where he was offering you money. There was a text message for $100 or $500. He was offering you money.
JD wants, like, let me breathe until, like, he will just spiral and spiral. And I was like, no, I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. And then he's like, I will give you $100, and go to dinner. Like, don't insult me. And then he's like, oh, I'll give you 500, insulting all the way around. I just need to talk to you.
So was it kind of like a bribe?
Now listen, now he's charged with bribery, right? This is what she says. No. I think that he just wants to kind of get me on his side, basically.
Yes.
And if he sees me in person, it's easier. I wrote that.
Oh.
Because you charged him with bribery. She said it's not a bribe. Like, I don't see it as a bribe.
I don't think that he really wants to communicate via text messages because that is a paper trail. That is my belief.
Vansant put his own personal opinion there. Jen, that is the only way that I will communicate back because he yells a lot more.
Sure. Mr.
Monley.
Did he ever give you money before other than gifts or anything?
Like, he helped me out financially. We had a relationship.
But not in regards to
Oh, sorry, my handwriting.
I want to see you. I will give you $100.
No, I don't think that he even meant it in that way. Like, I think he was just desperate and trying to see me.
Mr. Vincent. And talking about the text messages and some of the text messages other than the ones where he's offering you money, he's talking about, she just told you, no. He's talking about you should meet Dave. What?
Yeah.
Is he talking about Dave Moore? You need to meet Dave because there is a picture of him with his arm around Dave Moore. He's like, you really need to meet Dave.
Okay, so I've seen this text message and I'm not going to find it right now, but it is a picture that Michelle Hung had posted of the fundraiser where JD dropped off that sheriff's. I remember I was there last November. It was November 2023, and Michelle had posted it like with them like this next to each other, right? JD was at that fundraiser for like 20 minutes, not even. And Hung posted it. So he had sent the screenshot of what Hung posted on Lorain, Ohio, like group whatever, to Battistelli. Okay. So when he's like, oh, you should meet Dave, he's like, no, all JD said was you would like Dave. And they were like, Michelle's a loser. Then they were talking shit about Michelle. She's a loser. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like a, like, they're like, Michelle's a loser. Like, nobody even likes it. You got 2 likes. Echo chamber. Anyways.
Where are we at? Dave. Okay. No, because...
Oh, okay. No, because I know that Dave's daughter is in school with my daughter.
So you don't know who Dave is that he's talking about then. So you know who Dave Moore is.
Yeah.
What do you know about the involvement in Dave Moore? What he had to do with the settlement agreement? Was there some sort of quid pro quo if Burge would have helped out?
I don't know anything about that.
You don't know anything about that? Were you ever informed by JD to make things go away or make things right?
He said that he had to meet with Moore with the settlement. He said that I've got to go meet with them.
Did he say the commissioners or just Moore?
I think he said just Dave.
Mr. Lieux. Was that after the October 10th when Jack Moran, you had an ultimatum of October 17th?
I don't remember. I don't know the exact timeline. I just remember him saying,
Mr. Lieux, to get the money.
Yeah, like I got to go talk to Dave.
So you were aware that he had to go talk to Dave, and he said Dave specifically about getting the money for the settlement agreement.
I don't know how it worked, how he got the money. I don't know how or cared.
Right.
I did not even know how the process was. I wasn't even, it had nothing to do with me.
But at least he did say to you, correct, I have to go meet Dave.
He's obsessed with Dave. Because they've been Vansant's been investigating David Moore.
Privately
With
our taxpayer money.
On taxpayer
dimes.
Yeah, because you rescinded a rigged, a bad contract. So since what I believe is a bad contract, a rigged contract, a contract that Michelle and her friends, included. You'll see if you've been here before, you already know. If not, go back a few episodes and watch the last 11 episodes that we talk about the corruption in Lorain County.
You talk about it.
Well, I talk about it. We don't.
I'm visiting there now.
He's visiting right now. Just a visitor. He's my reader for today. You do so good. I'm like, yeah.
Mr. Lieux, did he ever acknowledge that he did, or Burge did, or both did?
No, I think it was just like quick. I got to go meet with Dave.
When the meeting...
He did not say that I'm going to go see the commissioners. He did not say it like, I don't know. I can't...
He did not say anything other than, I just got to go meet with Dave Moore.
Yes, Dave knows stuff, and I was like, okay.
Did you see how he just led that last name in there?
Yeah. How about the question?
He's obsessed
with Dave. Yeah.
He didn't say, I have to go meet with Dave Moore. He said, I have to go meet with Dave.
Yeah.
She's so stupid.
It doesn't matter.
When the meeting was done, did he tell you it was done?
No.
Did he ever text you and say it was done?
No. No.
She's lying there.
No, she's not, because there was nothing there. They had to go in front
No,
of
the
all three of
meeting
the they had to go in front of all three of the commissioners. They didn't talk about it after that.
No,
There's
no.
no evidence of that.
No.
Anyways, keep
she's
reading.
saying that. Okay.
No, I don't think you're understanding what she's saying. She's saying that David had nothing to do with it, which David had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Well, what does he mean by when it's done? The
It meant
settlement?
the settlement, but she could have watched a public commissioners meeting and known it's done.
But she told them in the first interview that she got a text message from JD saying it's done.
No,
It's
she
over.
didn't. That's not what she said.
Was that for something else?
That was not even a thing. She's never.
Okay.
I've read all the text messages.
Maybe I'm.
I think you're misconstruing that. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. No, he had to go in front of a public meeting, and then after it left the commissioner's office, I'll tell you this: after it left the commissioner's office, it went to the auditor, the county auditor. So if the county auditor thought that there was something wrong with that check, he would have held it, because he held the check for $5,000 over the summer for a fucking cow, but won't hold a $50,000 check for something that he believes was corrupt,
Yeah.
because they were going to use this for a political purpose. So it was all done in public meeting, and Michelle voted yes on it, and then was like, I thought it was an attorney bill.
Oh, maybe she's doing the same thing Jen's doing. You get a stamp and you get a stamp. Sorry. All right, let's get
Honestly, no, but they had nothing to do with it.
All right. Nothing. And I know that I am jumping around a lot, but let's go back to events that took place in the office. When there was that incident when he was physical in the office and got verbally aggressive in the office. Was there a point in time that you reached out to anyone in the office about his behavior, whether it's the investigators and the chief of staff or chief of operating, Resendez, Burge, any of the other investigators? Did you reach out for help from any of them and tell them about his behavior, or if he was at your home, did you reach out to any of them and say that you need to come get him and get him under control? Do you recall?
I feel like everybody knew. We were not quiet.
That's why he's like,
I just felt like
sorry. He's like, shh, they're gonna hear it. Sorry. 'Cause
we didn't have the sex room Michelle had.
okay,
We gotta stop. We gotta stop.
I didn't have that room built, right?
Seriously, she just went to the 911 building. I just felt like they knew what was going on.
Oh, they knew.
Everybody knew.
Okay. Did you ever reach out specifically to Resendez and say, come get him, or I need your help, get him under control?
I don't believe so.
Any of the investigators?
I thought Resendez knew
Knew what?
that me and JD were fighting all the time in and out of the office.
Why would you think that?
Because we talked about it. Everybody knew. It wasn't a secret.
What do you mean you talked about it? You talked about it with Resendez?
Well, there was this time that we were fighting in there, and that was really loud in there. And I'm like, I know.
Resendez would say this. Oh, wait. There was times when we were fighting in there, and that was really loud in there.
I'm like, I know.
And I'm like, I know. Oh my God.
That's what he said.
Should put a gag order on this woman.
Seriously, shut the fuck up.
Oh my gosh. Resendez would say this?
Yeah, you know.
But he did not take part in trying to get you to adopt any false narratives or anything.
No.
How about Petticore?
We used to say it like the demon. Petticord. Say it like Petticord.
How about Petticore?
Petticord. No.
Was he instrumental in trying to get you to? It was basically Jim Burge and JD Tomlinson that would.
Are you talking about fighting in the office?
No. I know that I am jumping around, but in terms of any affidavits or narratives, letters or stuff that they sent you, it was just Jim Burge and JD Tomlinson.
Yes.
How did Montana come about?
You know, my son left for college, and I did not know how we started talking. And I was like, sad that Chris left. And I said, hey, can I come pick? He said, hey, can I come pick you up? And I wanted to go to the cemetery in Cleveland to see an angel statue. And he said, I will take you there. And I said, okay. So he picks me up and we went there, and we had gone to Montana before, and he was like, Jen, just please go to Montana and we could really be like the way we were back in 2019, 21. I am sorry.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I don't know if I want to go. And I went back and forth trading text messages, and then I said that I would go. And then the night of, I was like, I'm not going. And then he said that I already bought the tickets, and I got an Airbnb, and I said that I cannot go. My daughter would have a heart attack if I went, because everyone has my location. And he comes to my house at 4 a.m. and I don't open the door, and I wake up, and then his mother starts calling me, and she is like, I can show you the voicemail. And she is like, thereupon Miss Battistelli is playing audio 1, Mr. Lieux.
Can you turn that up?
Do you want to hear it again?
Just do. I could not hear it at all.
Vansant.
Or put it on speaker.
I did. So I don't answer, and she calls back in the AM. She plays audio 2. So then I called him and I said, don't have your mother call me, because I am like, I had it with his mother.
All right.
And he was already in Montana already, yes. And it was the next morning. Oh, please, Jen, just come.
Who did he go with? Just himself?
Himself.
So it was supposed to be just you two on the trip.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Lieux. Who bought the tickets?
He did.
Mr. Vansant. So then you changed your mind at first, and no, it was at last minute, she said, not at first. So then you changed your mind at first, and there at 4 a.m. at the door, and you were not answering it, and his mom calls you and tries to persuade you to go on the trip with him. And then what changed your mind? What made you go?
At least he's summarizing now and not leading.
Maybe he went through the front door like a normal person instead of the back door.
Some people like the back door, Chris.
And to each their own.
So then I blocked him, because he just like kept calling and texting and calling and texting and calling and texting. And then I woke up and I got on a TikTok document, and he sent me a message on TikTok document and says it was that morning. Let me see. And he's like, inaudible. We can't hear that part either. But I did not know what else to do. It's not the same. Sorry that you felt that you couldn't come, and I just miss your company. I'm lonely, and I used to think that I could escape my problems, but I can't. And they follow me here, and good night. I did not see that until the following morning, and then I replied back, and I said that I'm sad too, and I can almost cannot believe that this is my life, actually. And Mr. Lieux, which is her turn, he said, like, uh-huh. And then he said that I am so depressed and I'm trying to cheer him up. And he said, can you please unblock me? And 2 hours later, I'm getting on a plane and going to Montana.
Mr. Vansant. So he persuaded you to get on a plane and go to Montana 2 hours later. Go to Montana, and you did a statement. In fact, I'll show it to you. Did you email this to Attorney Lieux?
Attorney Lieux, I think she texted me.
Mr. Vansant. Okay. It's 6 pages.
Yes. So then I wanted to basically not forget what happened, because I got on when I left. He did not know that I was gone until he woke up, and I just said that I cannot believe that you made me come out here. So basically verbally abuse me and scare me. So
that is what I wanted to get at. While you were in Montana with him, can I ask this, if you don't mind, that is your statement? Would you be okay signing it?
It's my letter, yeah.
Okay. While you were in Montana, you say that you could not believe that you went all of that way to be verbally abused. Do you believe now it was kind of another play?
I keep thinking it's A2 because it looks like an A. It's ploy. Like a ploy, like a trick.
Like a plot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a narrative, like a story. Yeah. Well, it's like being fake. Well, I told him, so, I mean, these text messages, there's 100 of them. So 11:09, it's like, are you gone? First of all, he was yelling and screaming and jumping up and down and taking my phone and refusing to give it back until I threatened that I'm going to call the police. And I said, go treat other women in this. Wait, if he had your phone, how are you going to call the police?
This woman.
She's such a liar. Anyways, I said, go treat other women in this manner because you won't have the opportunity to do that to me again. And I said, I was in fear of your temper and you can storm at me all night until I finally said, let's cuddle so we can go to sleep.
Uh-huh.
And then in my mind, like packing and figuring out how to get out of there. And he's like, I slipped up. I am sorry. He said, I lost my temper and he's trying to get me to come back. And I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Like, so you can throw me off a mountain now?
As she's saying this, I'm just thinking, didn't you throw a fan at your ex-husband? I mean, at his
for not
face?
cutting the lawn on
Because
a
he
Sunday
didn't want
morning.
to cut a lawn, maybe. I mean, didn't you? Pot calling the
Kettle black.
right there.
She's the aggressor.
And you are already home at this time?
No, I'm in the airport.
You were in the airport.
Yes.
So again, it's this continuing course, this cycle of abuse, whether it be verbal or physical in the past, to make you feel pressured, harassed, threatened, and pressured. Is that the harassment with him?
Yes.
Okay. So you left out him obviously because you were just in fear for your safety. He would never let you leave. So you essentially just had to sneak out?
Yes. I turned the shower on and I dropped something in the shower and he got up and I was like, did you drop the soap? No, I'm joking.
Backdoor time. Sorry. Go on. Keep going. Why can't you just go in the front door like everybody else? Come on, go. Oh,
I gotta take a drink. Hold on, give me a second.
Drop something in the shower.
She said drop something in the shower. I'm like,
I'm
bringing up that back door again.
Oh my god.
What's
What's the secret door? She's trying to sneak out. Come on, let's go.
You'll never know.
Oh man. Secret.
Where was I? In the shower, and he got up and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I used to just used a really sweet voice, and I'm like, "I'm fine. I will be out of the shower in a minute." But I was not in the shower. I was packing my stuff, and I was in the bathroom, and I called an Uber.
Was he sleeping when you left?
Uh-huh.
Since you have been back from that Montana trip that you said was the worst 48 hours you have ever had.
Yes, because on top of that, I had my cousin Rachel who went to my house and was like, she said, I think you're dead in there. I'm going to call the police.
You did not tell anyone that you left?
No, but I turned off my location.
Okay.
So then, my family started getting worried. Where are you? I wasn't answering.
Okay. Did you tell Attorney Lieux that you were going to Montana?
I just told Inaudible.
Okay.
We don't know. Mr. Nobody. Motherfucker.
There's a lot of those.
We hate him. Yeah, okay.
Okay. No respect for her. She knows that I am not. I mean that. Did you skip a page? Go back to
No.
Inaudible.
I just told Blank Boy. Okay.
No respect for her. You're missing something. 31, yeah.
Wait, 31. I'm missing 32 and
This one's
33.
gotta take this out.
Haha, wait, it's just in bad order. Here's 32.
We're gonna get it together.
Hold on. 32, 33, 34. Sorry. I'm gonna go back to.
32.
So excited earlier when I read that. I was like, all right, sorry. I think it was a bad idea. I knew.
Yeah. So you knew it was a bad idea. And I understand the cycle that you are in. I get that. I do. Trust me. And I can sympathize with you. And I feel bad that you were going through that. But for those on the outside that don't understand it, I see comments like now she is suing him for $350,000 and they are going to split it.
She's suing us, the taxpayers, for $350,000.
But I understand. And in your words, I want to hear, I guess, was it your intention to maybe see if this was able to be fixed or at least get back to the way it used to be? What was your intention ongoing?
Well, there was nothing about money. It was just like I really wanted to believe that JD was this person that I've known for 15 years and like what happened to that person.
Okay.
So I was like, I think if we could just get away, like maybe
just like the way that he was before?
Yeah.
And obviously he wasn't.
He was not.
Was he worse, do you think?
I don't think that he was ever that person. I think that he was always blank, inaudible to me.
Fair enough.
There was no splitting of money. He doesn't do anything for money. He does everything for like power.
That is just a narrative that people in the public social media are saying.
He inaudible, having money, so.
Yeah, since you have been back, has Tomlinson tried to contact you on his behalf?
Hell no. And then I sent this thing for my attorney and that he never would think I would do that. That is my public way that I am done. I am done.
And really, it was because of the Montana trip that you made, you realized it would never be the same.
Well, I was pissed that he put that thing in the paper and I told him not to. It ruined my life, basically.
Okay.
And then
you said Marie Tomlinson. Has she tried to get you to retract your statements or get you to make anything back and go on the side of Burge and against everybody else? Has she tried to do that?
Like what? What do you mean?
Here goes the leading.
Mm-hmm.
Has she tried to convince you that you really need to make this right? You need to fix this.
No, she just does what she says. I have no respect for her. She knows that I am not, that I told her in a text message, you and I are not the same. I'm not in the paper for having sex. You are.
Okay.
She's in the, what the fuck is Jen talking about? She's all over the paper about sex. They got their fucking porn tapes.
Okay. And so really, the only pressure that you are receiving to adopt or go along with the false narrative that they want you to portray is from Jim Burge and JD Tomlinson.
It's JD.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But Jim is the one that is sending you letters?
He doesn't. Jim writes everything for JD. So, but yeah, he wants, yes, both of them.
Okay. And because Burge does a lot of filing for JD, he says that he's representing him, and then one of the filing, or at least one of the filings or narratives, was initially that it was that I felt in love with you, and I was trying to. I think that he used the term, I pursued you, wanting you to go against them because I was in love with you. Is that your feeling? I is who?
Yes, me personally.
Yes.
No.
What?
He's asking her, do you feel like I'm in love with you? Yeah. How inappropriate is that?
Where did that come from? No. That came out of left field.
Because he's covering his fucking ass.
That's what he's
trying to cover
this
ass.
whole interview. He's worried about this statement.
He's worried about this statement this whole interview.
He's been wanting to say this whole time.
The witness. Conspiring with his lead witness. Vansant, the lead investigator, was conspiring with his witness to go after the prosecutor because the commissioner,
they didn't go after
because
the
the prosecutor would not allow them, would not assign a special prosecutor for them to go after the commissioners.
And that's because they didn't present enough evidence.
Yeah, and then when
when
Michelle pressed him with the soft pressed him with the mom sex tape.
You mean tried to strong arm him?
Yeah, well, I said soft press. That's remember
soft
this.
Press. In the streets, we call that strong arming. She's trying to strong arm him.
She didn't strong arm though. She soft pressed him, and that's what we also say in the street. She soft pressed him. She barely like pushed him. She said twice, like, "Oh, I have this video of your mom, right?" Well, when that didn't work, they started investigating his love life, and I think Jen was sent to him a little bit, because you're going to see here shortly one of her investors that are real close with Miss Michelle. Anyways, so we're talking about I'm not in love with you. Yeah. So I said no.
Which is weird that he would even bring that up. They're not even.
It's not weird. He's trying to cover his ass.
Well, I'm saying that he's bringing it up now. There's no content in the conversation that brought him in love.
You're new to this, yeah.
Yeah, but he's bringing that up.
No, I know, for a reason. Yeah. Because he's trying to cover his ass because he's watching my episodes. Because his wife's going to see. No, because he's watching my episodes and he's seeing what the narrative is. Because he brings up the raise too. All right.
That is what they are saying. This all started because Captain Vansant fell in love with Jen. Maybe he's lonely.
Maybe he's lonely.
That is so.
I think that is just their narrative, because JD did that about Ken. Well, Ken is your attorney. When you were going down to get smoothies, were you going to visit Ken? I didn't even know Ken the day before. I did not even see him.
Yeah, because they used the term that I pursued you. I think I was trying to think back about how many times we had contact about this case. And I don't even think it was 5 or 6 times that we've talked about this case. You know, this is our second interview, so I don't know how they think that is being someone pursuing you. But again, it is your understanding or your belief that I am not in love with you and not in love together, right?
He started pursuing her in January. September.
Show me mine, show me yours.
Show me mine, show me yours.
That's what he was
we
doing.
taking it back to elementary. Obviously.
But we have known each other since.
Like I said, well, you stated that I don't know you, like me. I went to school with you, elementary school.
Right.
But I don't know you, like, as a person.
Never hung out as friends, but we have a circle of friends.
Not really. Like, I have.
In school, I am talking about.
In school, elementary school. But I say that I was telling JD, like, I don't know him.
Right.
Like, I don't. We don't run in the same circles, and I don't see you at Apple Orchard or anything. No, I'm joking. At the Apple Orchard.
Why do I feel like this whole interview just took a turn
to cover his ass?
For him to cover his... Oh, God.
Because it did.
Correct.
Because it did. I don't know. I don't know you. No, we are friendly and acquaintances, but we do know each other. No, right?
Right.
And to explain it to JD is like impossible.
I just wanted to clear that up because they were saying that I have been pursuing you and that I am in love with you. And then they've also said that Tony Sillo is trying to have a relationship with you.
Anybody that I have a conversation with is a male. JD will assume that I'm either having sex with them or they're pursuing me somehow.
Okay, fair enough. Wait. Why? Fair enough. Wait. Why? Fair enough. Yeah.
Stop yelling.
Sorry. You're forgetting about that. Sorry about everything. Fair enough. That statement's... It's a fair statement to say that. Go on. Keep going. She follows it up with, it could be anyone.
It could be anybody.
Oh, God. Okay. I think that is everything I have that I wanted to... look how he slipped that in on the... Okay, I'm done talking on Vansant now. Okay. I'm not in love with you. No, we've never talked. 2 interviews. maybe 5, 6 times. I see like 9 text messages. I don't know about you on one occasion.
Let's see how many times. We'll do a week, between a week. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Let me get my
10, 11, 12.
Let me get my toes. I'm gonna need some toes.
Maybe I was drinking some whiskey last night. Maybe I meant to say down for drinks. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Down for pics.
You down 19. For pics? He's asking if you down for pics.
You down for pics? You show you yours, I'll show you mine.
No. People don't get our humor.
Oh, I think they do. We're fucking crazy.
No, I just think it's so funny. It could be anything. Okay, well, I think that's everything I know. It's just I can't believe that. Yeah, I'm busy, man. All right, I think I got everything.
All right, Mr. Monley, yes, thereupon the tape ended. Now, the tape restarts. Right?
Oh, the tape ended right after he said
that.
So
we're after Mr. Monley, the auditor from the state auditor starts to go question him. You cut the tape.
Ooh,
so then...
We are back on recording here.
That's Mr. Vansant saying that. We're back on the recording. Jennifer, yes. Apparently that questioning didn't go very well.
Apparently they're not done. I remember seeing somewhere they were talking about the settlement and the payroll and that you received a $6,000 bonus.
Okay, and I reported that she received a bonus. It was $2,000. You guys still can't get it right, but whatever. Was it 6? I thought it was 6. Sorry, Vansant.
I thought it was 6. Mr. Lieux. 6 or 8, Mr. Vansant. 6 or 8.
I got a $1,200 bonus from the county. Not true. She got $2,000 bonus from the county.
When we talked the first time, you never did, right?
Oh, he paid me.
Oh, okay.
He was supposed to pay me 20% of the fundraisers, and he was like, no, that is too much money, and ended up, it was supposed to be 10, and I think he ended up giving me a check for 8.
Okay. I think that is what it was then, Mr. Lieux. That was a cut of the fundraiser proceeds.
Yeah, in all of my contracts, it's 20% of the fundraiser.
Mr. Monolith. Was there a contract on it or just an agreement? Verbal?
Uh-huh.
What does mean?
It was just a verbal agreement. This bitch don't know how to write a contract. Like, come on.
You can't even read them or sign them like you're supposed to. Sorry.
Chris.
Mr. Vansant. So, kind of a recap to date. You never adopted any narrative that they wanted you to adopt. You never signed any affidavit related to those.
Never.
Okay. And again, everything that you had, Attorney Moran.
Inaudible. Now, does JD have me recorded saying, yeah, you know what? I'm saying I believe whatever you want. Sure, like I probably 100% positive. I probably told him whatever he wanted to hear.
But you would do those things to appease him.
Yeah.
To get him off of your back.
Yeah. If not, he won't stop.
Okay. Mr. Lieux, well, we can see in the text.
Hold on a second. How do you get a copy of it? Oh, it's in the filings. I'm going to upload it to my Google file. You can get a copy of this too. It's great. I'll have it uploaded by tomorrow. But it's in the state's filings at the Lieux Municipal Court.
Mr. Lieux, well, we can see in the text. We have some of the text messages. He was relentless, and he just goes on for days and days and hours and hours.
Hours.
Okay. Mr. Miley. Would you allow us to talk to Moran?
Yeah.
Mr. Lieux. She signed.
Yeah, this is right. Mr. Lieux, she signed.
All right, Mr. Vansant. I think that she signed a release.
Mr. Miley, I missed that part.
Mr. Vansant, well, we reached out to him, and he's not apprehensive, but he says that every time that he sits and talks with us, he has to get outside counsel.
Mr. Lieux, so it's costing him money.
Yes, it's costing him money. I am sure he's just like
Oh,
me.
this is Jen.
Oh.
Sorry. This is it.
Sorry, my bad.
You do
My
high
bad.
voice. I am sure. No, I'm joking.
Want me to do?
No, I don't. I am sure he's just like me. Go in there and have our case done, and all of this other stuff is like
Mr. Vansant. And that is what we want to. But she filed motion after motion, and they want to stop this, and they don't want it to happen.
what to happen. I mean, it should have been settled. I should be on my way home. It's just like now I know.
Mr. Lieux, they don't want the EEOC complaints to come out, Mr. Vansant. They don't want that to come out. And they are doing everything that they can to stop it.
I told JD's the videos are worse than that. They might as well put it out.
Right, yeah.
Nothing is worse than those videos.
Right. I don't believe that I have anything else. I went through all of my questions, and I had quite a few, Mr. Mono.
Now you're going to be Mr. Monley for a little bit.
When was the last time that you talked to him or like the FBI, or have you spoken with them recently?
They came to my house to like get a copy of something out of my phone.
Within the last week or two? Mr. Lieux, that was late July. Mr. Monley, okay. Mr. Lieux, that is what the text messages that have been provided recently. Mr. Vansant, yes, Mr. Lieux. Those were downloaded by the FBI, Mr. Vansant. He hasn't had a chance to see those yet. Kevin hasn't. I do have a question.
I thought Mr. Vansant was done. No, he's not.
There was a photograph that was taken depicting some bruises on your arms. Who took those pictures?
I did.
A selfie?
Yeah, uh-huh.
And they were taken at your house?
Well, GD says, he said, well, Jen, there's something about those bruises that are kind of off. And I said, yeah, GD, it's because we got into a physical altercation in my bedroom the night before. So there is 2 sets of bruises on my arms, and one of them is shaded, and I can't fucking do this shit. And I'm like, you did one set the night before, and then you did one when I got to work.
Mr. Lieux, the August 15 incident, the one that made you quit?
Yeah. Now, pause. August 15th, she has stated in previous, 3 previous documents, 3 previous statements that the altercation happened on August 16th, not August 15th. And then she states that it happened at her home and it didn't happen at the office. And then, I mean, this chick is stories from just different documents, not even me. You know what I mean? It's all over the place, even to her text messages. I just wanted to point that out. We're almost done.
No.
How many do we have? No, we're almost done. Dude, this will be nothing. We're almost done. We're almost done. It's 30 pages. It's nothing. Babe, they're like retard pages. They're fine. Look at it. Anyways, go. What?
Where are we at? There was a photograph that was taken depicting some bruises on your arms.
No, we
Who
already
took those
did that.
pictures?
You're reading that.
I'm
Hold
just
on.
asking we're here, sorry. Mr. Vansant. And his explanation that is that he grabbed you and sat you down on the couch. That did not happen.
No, that is an audible Montana. Although he said that I'm going to say that I grabbed you because you were so angry. And I was like, you were angry. And I was angry. And I said, regardless, you do not put your hands on me. And I said, Judy, you would not have left bruises on my arm if you would have gently set me down somewhere.
Okay.
And then it doesn't happen. And he was like, well, I held you tightly. And then he went through 30 different stories. I said, GD, nothing. He took back what happened that day. Mr. Lieux, so there was a physical altercation the night before August 15th at your home. Jen, yes, because I liked some of his friend's Facebook page or posts. Who's this, Vansant?
That is not one of the videos that was sent out, was it?
No.
There was a video that was sent out, and I've never been to the house. And so I don't know. So I am assuming it was in your house. God. But he
But I've
had
never been
a
there.
white and black Adidas sweatshirt on, or like a pullover, and you were on a couch or some sorts, maybe. I don't know if you can recall that video.
It was at my house.
Did he hit you at that time too, or did he push you down on the couch? It appears to be some kind of altercation.
I don't know. It was a long night, and we fought for hours. And I think it was Christmas Eve.
Okay. Now, I think the first video that the Chronicle put out there, and he sees the what?
The Gandhi.
The Gandhi that was in his office.
Yes. Mr. Lieux, that is the one where you confirmed, Jen. Yeah, Mr. Lieux, to me, that the Chronicle telegram that he struck you in the head with an open hand that day. Is that correct? Jen said yes. We got into a fight about that because he said, well, did I slap you? Did my hand actually go like, where at, Jen? Where at? Where did I actually slap you? And I was like, GD, I don't fucking know. And he said, no, I want you to tell me exactly where my hand landed on your face.
In Montana, you mean?
Yeah, he was like the whole thing about that slap, and he was like, then you can honestly say you don't know if that was a real slap. And GD, a slap is a slap. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Either way, you were assaulted.
And he said, either way, did it land where did I slap you? And kind of like, hey, Jen. And I said, this is crazy.
Certainly, to your knowledge, it wasn't a play.
Hell no.
Or was it like you guys were just horseplaying? His intent was to either assault you or get your attention or keep you quiet.
He wanted me to shut up. Because we were arguing and I wouldn't.
Okay.
But he's like, I did not slap you, like mean to hurt you, to slap you. It was just a whole... Mr. Lieux, did you make any recordings in Montana of your fights? Jen, no, he had my phone like when we were fighting. He grabbed my phone. Mr. Lieux, did he grab your phone too? The phone after he said that you were going to call the police? Jen, it was in his hands, and I'm like, I'm going to have to call the police by Mr. Vansant. Where did you
guys say Montana? You said it was an Airbnb?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because your intention or recording him was because of what the Chronicle or things that were going on?
No, my intention in the first place was that we fought all the time, and it was like all this. All right, hold on. I got Montana. I don't want to talk about no, because it's getting late. I'm not talking about Montana. We go to point.
They're watching.
No, there's one more point that I want to show, and then we're gonna just wrap this up for tonight because it's getting late, and you have to work in the morning.
Whatever, just keep moving.
You'll keep finish reading these 20 pages.
No, I don't want to finish.
See, that's my point. We're gonna stop here.
Okay. I'll read the 20 pages for you. Do anything for you.
All right. Hold on.
You can come in the front door or come in the back door.
Here's this dude. So the auditor, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. The auditor goes on and asks him if he was like a jealous person. Like, Jen, did he call any of your exes? Did he do any of this? No. And then Jen says something about accused J of plotting against her. And the auditor goes, it's almost like you keep your enemies closer, your friends closer, your enemies closer. Yeah, like right now it makes me fine doing this, but I'm nervous about what he's doing. What he's doing is plotting another strategy. Yeah, like he's doing something, concocting anything, because if he's not mad at Ken Bobby, then he's going to be mad at me. So basically saying like GD's sitting around just plotting against her.
Like, just mad at everyone.
Yeah, pretty much. And then there was another thing where they brought up like the donors, right? The $50,000. You know, I told you about Tony George, and like Tony George was kind of starting to dip his toe. He's giving money to campaigns and stuff. Well, there was this thing where she's like, they don't want me to tell who the donor is. And I think that's Tony George, because that would actually make sense why the FBI is involved here, because of everything that went on with HB6. Remember how I was explaining that to you? And he's not political, you guys. Like, he really doesn't know anything like that. But I'm going to come back on here in the morning and finish reading this and read you guys the Montana thing. Chris, thank you. I know I kept you for 3 hours now, and you got to get to bed. But everybody else too who's joined us live tonight, thank you. And I know I'm cutting this short. I kind of have to, but tomorrow morning I'll be back on just to finish reading
Gonna
this.
leave you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. No, I'll be back. I'll be back in the morning to finish this with you guys, and then I want to read you what you said in Montana, and then kind of like wrap this JD part up a little bit. But it was really, I mean, what do you think? Just give me your summary. You've read this so far.
I think Vansant. I can speak my.
You can speak your.
I think Vansant fucked up, and he tried to get his dick wet with this girl, and he got caught up.
I'm
sorry.
Okay.
And he got caught up in text message, and literally in this just comes out of left field. Oh, I'm not in love with you, right? Because my wife's could read this or something, and you know what? That's just my.
Well, how I'm corrupt.
That's my opinion, and that's what. That's freedom. I'm allowed to state my opinion. You don't have to like it. And I don't care if you do.
Oh, yeah, he fucked up, though.
But it's too damning. It's too controlled on his line of questioning. He's way too focused on certain things.
Like, you noticed, I never even noticed that. Like, how do you know she was on a treadmill when she talked to...
How do you know
that
he has an
she was
anytime fitness?
Yeah.
I mean,
weird.
That means he's talking to her outside of here. He's been pursuing her for a while, or
conspiring against. Yeah.
And you know what? This just all seems like someone didn't get their way, so they're pouting.
Well, I think it's election interference too. They're trying to affect what the outcome of the election is. You say a girl's going to abuse him.
That would be the one big dig to get at him. If they had if there was nothing there, which there is nothing there, that would be like. If they couldn't get him with the video with his mother, then
they're gonna take him this way.
I mean, Harry and Michelle screwed that up, so it's like
they were trying to find a way to leverage him.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do this. They were trying to leverage him, and then when that didn't work, they decided to go ahead and just concoct something and take this weak-minded woman who's weak. You're weak, Jen. Anyone could probably persuade you to eat a shit popsicle. Okay.
Okay, Chris.
I'm just saying she's a weak-minded woman. She's
a liar,
and
she's trying to destroy this guy for her own jealousy.
Arguments, like normal arguments, and just try to make them seem like he's just this terrible man
because he doesn't want her.
Because he doesn't want her no more. It sounds like a scorned woman. That's what it sounds like, and it sounds like Vance got caught up in trying to catch the rebound. So that's my opinion.
He's trying to catch the
that's my opinion. You don't have to like it, okay? But that's okay.
I love your opinion. You're a man. I'd like to.
Well, any man's gonna know that. Any man's gonna read that and know that. I know those two.
Is that what you get off of it? Like, as a man, what do you get off of it?
Get off. I just told you. I get off. Listen.
You get off.
Just listen. I know you know how I get off, but just listen, okay? JD found himself a psycho, and this psycho went and tried to milk him for every little position of power that he has. And now that he's running for election,
she wants to get him back.
She wants to get him back because he's moved on to a hooker or whatever the hell that she calls. Because most girls, or Jen, what's that? Jen, is that lady's name that she kept finding her at or whatever? Katie, yeah, Katie's house, whatever.
How'd you forget her name? It's my name.
Well, I'm not associating double whores with your name, so. But anyways, JD just seems like he's just a ladies' man, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. And I guess, this woman's scorned and she wants to get back at him because he doesn't want her no more.
It's just wrong, though. The sheriff's office
and the sheriffs are getting
weaponized and politicized.
The sheriffs are involved because they did a request. JD asked them, give me some evidence and I will do my job. And they didn't. They thought JD was just...
You remember that?
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised.
They didn't give him... He said, he even typed it out. Give me some real evidence and I will assign someone for you.
I'm really surprised you remember that.
And he didn't present anything. All he presented was, well, I want a private investigator or prosecutor on so-and-so to investigate so-and-so.
Well, then Michelle said on the news she didn't assign a prosecutor that we were requesting, so we're basically destroying his career now.
So when he didn't get his way, he found this woman who's broken, weak-minded, bitter. She's very bitter.
Old.
I don't care about that, but she's bitter. Okay,
I do.
She's bitter, and how old is she?
50s.
Yeah, there's a reason why she's still single and dating a bunch of men.
Well, she got divorced because she threw the fan at her husband's face.
Well, I mean, I'd get divorced too if you threw a fan in my head. So, amongst probably many other arguments that aren't publicly known that she knows about on her craziness. So, bottom line, JD didn't do something that the sheriffs wanted, so the sheriffs are now trying to basically
I feel like she's
mess with his
conspiring
election.
with them, though.
Well, she totally is. That's why she's in this interview. That's why he's
I
talking
know,
to
but
her.
they start churning on her towards the end, dude. I'm
Yeah,
telling
because
you
she's,
right now,
she's
but
probably
she's fucking
screwing up. But
Yeah.
he's talking to her through text messages. Vansant is. He knows specific things. Even that Judge Mo.
Yeah, Mo, the judge's secretary.
yeah,
why would he call her Mo?
Yeah, why wouldn't he call her by every other name, every other
But
judge?
I don't think she's in it. I just think he knows who she is.
I just think he knows. And that's probably what I'm getting at is Vansant. He is
a piece of shit.
I just wouldn't trust him. He just seems too
He's dirty cop.
He seems too focused on a prerogative.
Yeah, and his prerogative.
Yeah. So to cover his ass.
Isn't it funny how we bring it up in the text message on the podcast? Now he's like, I would never saw you anywhere. And I'm like,
I mean, that was out of left field. Right? That was right out of, that was like, they weren't even, the narrative of the conversation wasn't even about that. It was like, I know I'm all over the place here. Yeah, you notice he kept saying that. I know I'm all over the place.
Well, that auditor was sitting there, and how about the state gave him a subpoena, which tells me a lot. It tells me, I'm not going to say it, but I think there's another department that's investigating this, but they don't even know.
He's leading up to this question. I know I'm all over the place.
Oh, yeah,
I know I'm all over the place.
Because
if he says that a bunch of times, then he can go ahead and throw this in the mix, and it'll make sense to anybody who's just quickly listening to it. But when you're sitting here reading it, you're like, wait, this has nothing to do with...
You noticed a lot.
There wasn't even any accusations prior to him being brought up about loving him or writing him, or that's why they're pursuing. He just brought it up.
How did he ask, like, do you love her? She's like, yeah, I love, yeah.
He doesn't even know how to answer a question. But that's, so it's a woman scorn that's working with the sheriffs. They're both scorn. They didn't get their way.
Yeah.
She's lost JD. She sits there and says that she's happy about that, but she's probably not, which is why she's doing this.
Or reaching out to his girlfriend.
Let's think about this. Listen to this. If a woman or someone really wants to be done with someone, they don't go and involve themselves in a case.
It's true.
They're gone. Bye.
No.
See you later. Think about it. When you want someone out of your life, they're gone. You don't want them. There's no like, oh, I'm going to get back at you. No. She's scorned. She wants it back. And this is the type of relationship she likes. She likes drama-filled, toxic relationships.
She does.
And that sheriff is just butthurt.
Well, the sheriff's dirty. They didn't get
He's big mad.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get his way.
Yeah.
So, how about just get over it, move on. Be a
man.
No,
they want to put Scylla in office.
You should just be a man about it. You didn't get your investigation, guess what? Either move on or find evidence, bottom line.
But there's no evidence.
So move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Like, grow up.
I think he should quit.
Oh, I think he definitely should
How about they waste all of our money doing this?
Well, I know. That's another...
And, they're investigating the whole radio thing. That legal bill right now, and minus Tom Williams' lawsuit settlement, right? That $400,000. The legal bill right now, between all of the attorney's fees, all that bullshit, is $776,000 of our money. That is being wasted on this radio investigation. Now think of all the salary wage of Vansant that used to investigate elected officials. How about they're using their office to investigate elected officials?
And what FBI agents? Why aren't the agents?
Well, the agents are involved because of Tony. I'm telling you.
What are the FBI agents' names? Why aren't they mentioning this? Why are you just saying FBI?
I know their names.
Why can't you put their name in it?
I have their names.
That's where I stand.
I think Tony George is manipulating the situation because he's in trouble with the Fed. There's no other reason why the Feds would be involved.
It sounds like that could be the case. That's a good hypothesis right now.
I'm connecting. Yeah. You know me. Take that autistic
when you finally find the documents and the evidence, you'll be able to say that.
I have campaign donations. You donated almost $30,000.
You know what I'm getting at. You're gonna have to do you first before it gets concreted in. So right now it's a
hypothesis.
Yes. That's what
theory.
It's a theory right now.
Theory.
Whatever.
It's not a hypothesis.
Yeah, sorry. It's late.
Yeah. Good night, you guys.
I gotta go to bed.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me and giving me your perspective.
I was so nervous.
I'll be back on in the morning to finish reading this, and then tomorrow night I'm going to be on to go over Townsend's timeline by myself. I don't need your help with that. You did good though. You did. I love you.
Thank God for that.
All right, you guys have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night, everybody.
Appreciate it. Bye.